Welcome back to another episode of All the Mods 10 to the Sky. Last episode, we did a lot of miscellaneous upgrades on the base. Got our wireless A2 set up. Very cool, very nice. Got some really good gear. And this episode, I want to focus on just getting auto crafting set up because I'm really tired of crafting things by hand. It's getting super, super annoying. And also, just something that I think we need to do. So to do that, we're going to go to A2, obviously, but not just any AE2. You may remember if you watched. If not, go watch the whole series right now. um, there's quantum crafting in here, and we're absolutely going to use that. It is the best thing AE2 has ever happened to AE2. It's insane. It is crazy. So that's what we're going to go for this episode. We do need to go on one little side journey before we start the auto crafting process, and that little side journey is we have not automated hammering yet, and now with our newfound a lot of power, we can definitely do it with full upgrades. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna clean up this whole thing, probably move it over here, make it look better, the whole nine. And since we're cleaning them up, I decided to upgrade these to netherite also. Pretty easy. They take some netherite ingots, and since we have unholy amounts, we're good. Alright, I'm generating most everything over here now. I added diorite and granite to the list here. There are some more blocks I want to generate. We'll continue to generate our end stone and oops, netherrack. I'll wait for that for a second because now we need to generate tough and cobble deep slate. We were generating deep slates with this, but it's just not fast. It's just not great. We got a lot of seeds out of this, and I don't want to do it. I kind of want to use this. This is just infinitely better. So to do this though, to generate it, you're gonna need packed ice, and to get packed ice, you're gonna need ice. And to get ice, you're gonna need water with an entropy manipulator. Now I think we can make an entropy manipulator. Fluix dust. We're gonna need a little bit extra fluix dust. That's totally fine. Throw that in there. Grab this. Should be able to make the storage cell. Make ourselves an entropy manipulator. And then I'm not sure if we have any water. Okay, we do. What I'm gonna do is just probably just do this and then boom. I think it's shift right click. That's my bad. Shift right click. There we go. And now we need a way to mine or pick this up. And we don't have soak touch actually. Just made a diamond pick and we put soak touch on it, and now we have ice. I also want to generate tough just so we have it in the future. And to get tough, we're gonna need to get tough pebbles in the first place. And to get tough pebbles in the first place, you're gonna need to do some crushed deep slates and with a flint mesh of all things. So that's what we'll be doing. All right, now we have all of these set up. They're using netherites. Looks a lot more clean this way, I do believe. And if we come in here, we have access to andesite and everything that's being generated here. Because down here, it's linked all to a storage controller with a storage bus. So yeah. And for just right now, I just want access to all the gravel and sand. I'm not trying to sieve anything because we don't really need to with a geore and other things. I don't think it's necessary. So we'll just get some gravel and sand. Now here's your setup for sand and gravel. What I'll basically do is we'll upgrade some slots here. So at X, I know we have an upgrade in here somewhere. Upgrade these gold upgrades. You can use up to 3, I think. So we need, yeah, need one more of these. Wait, use upgrade a diamond. You do. Okay, so actually need a lot of these. Actually, just kidding. And there we go. We got the diamond upgrades. We can go ahead and slap them in here. Oh, I need more. Whoops, I forgot. There we go. That hammer should get working, and then I need some more for here too. And then one more thing before we truly get started is I want to boost this even more, just because it is really slow. This Certus quartz is super slow. You can see like everything else is growing multiple times before it even grows once. And you might think, oh, that's kind of overkill. Do you really need to do that? And the answer is yes. You absolutely need to do that because the amount of quartz we're about to need is going to be on a whole another level. So let's see how this worked out for us. I think this should work. Doesn't seem to be working. Do I need to put it up one? Is that the issue? Are you getting power? You are. Yeah, it seems to have no effect on these. There we go. I just made some more. I'll probably end up doing more because we need a lot of Certus quartz, and it's very slow, like 13k compared to the rest of these. So it's very, very slow. Now let's get into some auto crafting. So at applied, let me get these recipes together real quick. So at the very least, we're going to need interfaces, molecular assemblers, co-processing units, and then I think 16k will probably be okay just to start off with. To do that, you're going to need a 16k storage cell. I'm not sure if we have one of those or what we do and don't have. Okay, so we can make that. Then we can make, or what are we missing? I think we're missing glass on that, I think. Yeah, quartz glass. And now we need to get ourselves some more quartz dust, which I'm just been throwing in here. Like so. There's another 40. And applied. So now we can do more of these, I think. Followed by more of these. So there's 4 16Ks. I think what we'll do in this case is we'll need some more flux cables. And then this crafting units, we're going to need some more of these, which is just printed. We don't have any of that. So we're going to need silicon. We have any silicon? We have the press, but to get the actual silicon, you gotta smelt the source quartz dust. So we make our crafting units here. We'll need, I feel like 3 is probably good there. And then we can make ourselves this. We only make 3? No, but I think 3 is fine for now. So then we'll come over here, look for some of our smart cables. You're probably gonna want dense right now, but this is super temporary, just until we can get like our actual auto crafting set up. So I'm gonna go ahead and do is place this like here. And then actually we don't even need dense, to be honest. We just put that back and then grab the normal. Put that there. This here, this here, this here, this here, and then just make sure that they're not touching, and you'll see why. Because if you, I'll show you why. If we look into our crafting status too, we have 2 CPUs here, and if I place this right here and come in here, you see we still have 2 CPUs. One has 32k storage, one has 16k. But if I remove this and then put this here, you'll now see that we have 3 different CPUs, all 16k, and that's what we want. So now we're gonna want co-processing units. We should be making some more of these over here. Make as many of those as we can. And then put that in there. The co-processing units. Oh my lord. We only had the printed engineering. And then I know we're making silicon wafers somewhere. Boom, boom. And then we'll make some more of those. Put all these away. And then each co-processing unit means like that crafting recipe, that CPU can do, like in this case, one other thing at a time. And then the more you apply on, the more separate things it can do at a time. I think we'll probably only want like 6 in total. Well, 5 now. Because like I said, we're going to be gunning it for the quantum stuff. So now we have our little crafting towers here. Each one of these takes a channel, by the way. So look here, we have 3 channels. What I'll go ahead and do is just grab some more smart cables real quick. We're just going to run it probably out. This is far enough probably. And now we're going to want quite a bit of molecular assemblers and interfaces. So molecular assemblers are pretty easy to make. So we can just do something like, we need to allow formation cores, which logic and flux dusts, and then flux dust and that. So lots of logic processors, it would seem. So just to start, we'll do 6 for now. I'm not going to do this in the most optimal way before anyone gets on my case. And again, because I plan on just tearing all this down pretty quickly after we get it all set up. We're also going to want some interfaces as well. So let's get some of these and put that here. And now it should come online. Now we should be taking a channel. Cool. And then I'll just do the same thing for here as well. And there. And then we'll just do all that. And now we should be using 3 of 8 channels. Very cool. Now they're all online. I don't think we want interfaces. We want pattern providers. That's on me. I mean, we'll use interfaces at some point, so it's not like the end of the world, but just make sure that you're using those instead. Can I help you? Place these down like so. Where are you? What do you got for me? Sharpness 10, looting 5. That's not bad, buddy. A bumblebee spawn egg. That, I'm not really sure, but I mean, we have emeralds. We might as well grab it. More emeralds. How many of these can I take? Okay, 9's the limit. Cool. These phantoms are kind of annoying, but not the end of the world because I have homing arrows. The fact that they take 2 hits from this thing is crazy, but we need to enchant it at some point. You guys can die, though. That llama just took a hit? Oh my god. Then we're going to want to get a pattern encoding terminal. That applied. I'm sure we have some flux cables just kind of left over. Again, it's all temporary. It'll all get moved eventually. And here we have patterns. So we're going to need some patterns just in general. These things right here. Let's see how many of these we can make. They require just quartz. All this we should have quite a bit of, except for the glass. Always the glass. There we go. And now we can do auto crafting. So off the bat, the first thing you always really want to automate in terms of crafting with with applied energistics is applied energistics stuff. So in this case, I'm just going to put all these here. Again, this is all temporary until we get this thing set up. I want to kind of just rush it. I also highly recommend just learning how to do the acceleration cards, which means you have to teach system how to do advanced cards, which is easy enough. And I'm going to go ahead and just put these in here so we know how to do them. Then you want to go through and teach system how to make every single one of like the circuits. Not the circuits, you know what I mean, but like the... Where are they? These processors. All right, so I think this is pretty much everything we'll kind of need right now. I've set these all to like that are automation enabled. The auto exports. Now they'll auto export. Our smelters here with patterns and all that. And you can also expand these patterns as well. I recommend for doing these recipes, you put these on blocking mode. Just because I've had problems with it not being on blocking mode before. And recipes kind of get a little weird. So putting that on blocking mode, putting this on blocking mode also. And this doesn't really matter. So start off, we're going to want these 4 automated. So we'll go ahead and get a calculation thing here. We'll remove this. And then I recommend like, I'm pretty sure there's a way to like do this processing and then like up the amount you need. And you just have to middle click it and then do this. So now we can make a stack at a time. So this is for the printed stuff. So we want the calculation. Calculation goes here. So since that's there, I'll put this thing in there and I'll do the rest for the rest of the circuits. All right, now everyone should be more or less happy. Let's go ahead and test this out. So to get the 1K storage drives, for example, we're going to need logic processors. So let's also just go ahead and teach a system how to make all of this. We'll just do that. And then, see, we don't want charged Certus quartz here, actually. Sometimes you gotta be careful. So we'll shift right click to clear that. And then we'll go ahead and grab ourselves normal Certus quartz. Like so. And that should, yep, that'll work. Because if we do charge, there's a whole extra step in the whole thing. So let's not do that. And if we get some 1Ks, we should be able to request it. Middle click if I want 100 of these. it can now do it all. So let's go ahead and just craft 100 of them. Like even 100 of these takes 528 Certus quartz, which is why we're making so much. Well, trying to at least. It's a real slow process. We might have to just make this whole back row just for Certus quartz. Also, know that you can put acceleration cards on the molecular assemblers, and that will determine how quickly they can craft things. So I highly recommend, before you get quantum, to do that because it'll make your life much easier. Our method of getting Certus quartz is still too slow for my liking, so I think eventually we'll go to bees for it, but not just yet. One thing we're gonna need for quantum crafting is quantum alloy. I get quantum alloy, we're gonna need singularities and shattered singularities. Shattered singularities come from singularities, ender dust, and skystone. We have these two in abundance. This, not so much. Now, how do you get a singularity, you might be asking yourself? And that is, you do matter balls inside of a reaction chamber, or you can do a matter condenser. The choice is yours. And you're going to need quite a few singularities, and they're not the easiest to get, in all honesty, because you need a lot of it. Yeah, 256,000 items per singularity, and those items can be anything you want. Our go-to is probably going to be cobblestone. And to get cobblestone, we're going to make an infinite cell, which is actually super easy. I forgot it was this easy. We should have done this in the first place. But yeah, so we'll basically just make an infinite cell. We need some Certus quartz dust. Go ahead and make a couple hundred of that because we're going to need it. And then go ahead and make ourselves... We should have to make this, right? Okay, maybe not just yet. What do I need? A bucket of water? A bucket of water. Come over here. Grab some out. Put that in. And now we should be able to. I know I taught you how to make Certus quartz dust. Why are you not doing it? Hello? Hello? Oh, wait. Why are you in here? Oh, you know what? I bet because this tried to eject into it. No. Why'd you eject right? Don't do that. Don't you do that. Anyway, we have an infinity cobblestone cell. From here, we can put this in here, and now when we open up our system, we have infinite cobblestone, meaning I want to make sure this is an insert only kind of place. I don't remember where the thing is. Well, I want it to insert here if it can, so we have to come down here. Storage bus, insertion higher priority first. Okay. Extraction, lower priority. So what we'll do is get a void cell now. Get one of these bad boys. To make them, we're going to need an overflow protection card. Is that what that is? Overflow destruction card. Okay, we need 2 of them. So 2 of these, followed by a matter condenser, followed by a 16K storage cell, which, believe it or not, we're making a lot of 1Ks right now, so that's easy. And now we have a void cell. Now we're going to need something called a workbench, I'm pretty sure. A cell workbench. Yeah, so we're going to want one of these. Cell workbench. You can put it anywhere. It does not have to be connected to the system. Put that down here. And then I want this to... how do I change this mode? I want it to create singularities here. And I want it to store only cobblestone. I want it to pull cobblestone from the system and do it. So if we do this, we should be able to just toss this right in here, and we should start getting a lot of singularities, if I'm right. Which apparently I'm not. How does this work? We might need an IO port. I'm not totally sure. Yeah, so we want to go from the storage. No. I'm getting close. I can feel it. Yeah, so the problem is that we just accidentally just took all the cobblestone out of here. Which means I don't want this to happen. I want this to be storage bus insertion. I don't want it to extract from here. I want it to extract from our infinite cell over here. So I think it was just moving slowly is what the problem was. So I'll watch this and make sure it builds up. All right, this is now building up and we are getting singularities. Just make sure you leave the infinity cell in your storage. And then you put this in here, but this is, oh, this is slow. Yeah, we have 5, but I would like more than 5, please. To make this faster, we're gonna need some intro, and to get that, we need it anyway, to progress in this. So intro seeds are crafted like so. We should be able to craft ender dust. We cannot, so I'm just gonna one off this, and we'll do something like this, and we should get ender dust into the system. And now we can craft ourselves some of these. And then this, it should have something. So right click on a flux block. Do we have any flukes just laying around? We sure do. Let's do this. And then I think these over time will, you know, change. But I'm going to go ahead and put them here. All right, so let's see if this works. I should just right click it. And then I put the you know, accelerators below it. That's kind of nice. So now we need the intro cluster. So the intro cluster, put that here, and now we should be automatically getting intro, which is nice. Let's go ahead and get another drawer. Of course, we don't have one laying around. Go grab that, do this, do that, do this, grab that, do this, followed by that, followed by this, followed by that, followed by this, and now we should have intro in the system. Cool. The only bad thing, as you can see over time, it very quickly will turn into Certus quartz, which is obviously less than ideal. So you have to figure out some way to either auto-renew this or just gotta be some better way to get intro. Intro shards. We get it from bees. That might be the way to go, to be honest. And by might be, I mean it absolutely is. Now I get shattered singularities. We're gonna need a couple of things here. Easy. I can teach system how to do that. Easy can teach system how to do that. We have these. All this is very easy. The weird part is that this requires lava. Now there are a couple ways we can do that. We can very easily use this, other things, but here's the thing. There's an infinite lava cell that we cannot make. Never mind. So instead what I'm going to do is we're going to commandeer this one right here for now. And then what we'll do is, how many channels do we have on this right now? 14. We'll grab a storage bus. Storage bus. We'll need a fluid storage bus. Or not. A normal storage bus also works. So what we'll do is we'll slap this here. And then we'll get a shrinking device. Do we have a shrinking device yet? Because, I mean, we need one at some point. And that point is now. So we'll get this. We'll shrink. Maybe. Possibly. Hello. There we go. So like, while it's in your hand, you just have to right click it and it'll open the device. This really does not charge very quickly at all. So we'll go and shrink down here to the smallest size we can. Slap this on. I thought we would. Maybe we won't. No, we will. I just completely forgot you cannot attach them to the dense cables. It has to be a normal one. Although we also just don't need this. I don't know what I'm doing. It is early, so I think that's the problem. Oh, did not mean to do that. Whoopsie. Go back to normal size. Get this. And then we'll get our reaction chamber that I was trying to do. Reaction chamber. That's what I was all about. And I just didn't do it. So I want this. This. That. I know we were making some. I know for a fact. I think I need to redo this. Yeah. I'll have to redo this so that they're not close to each other like this. All right, now they've all been separated. I'm gonna go ahead and put down a reaction chamber like so. We'll grab some universal cables like this. And then what I'll do is I'll probably just put this fluid drawer next to it like this. And then we'll grab a pusher upgrade. Do we have one just kind of laying around? No, we don't, unfortunately. So we're going to want a drawer. How are we out of chests? How are we out of chests? Yeah, we definitely need to fix our wood problem still. Because we have pretty much no wood. So grab some of these. Some of those. A pusher. And we want to push it south. Like so. Do that. Oh, it's a utility. I mean, we're not losing out on too much lava, to be honest with you. But it does kind of suck. So we need a way to get more lava, but that's for future us to handle. Now let's teach the system how to make these shattered singularities. But let's also check to make sure we need them for enough. So to do that, we're gonna make it to 1 to 2. So we need 32. And then it's a stack of these. And then a stack of these to make ourselves a stack of these. So we'll go ahead and put that in there. So we're gonna stack at a time. And then I think to make the shattered singularities, I was gonna... Oh my god, hello? Oh, sorry. I forgot I was doing this. Now we should be able to see it. Yeah, so if I want like a stack of these, I can teach the system how to make the ender dust. We have the skystone dust, but we need the ender dust, which is easy enough. And then, so we'll just teach the system how to do that just now. Get rid of this, ender dust. I think it's this stuff right here. We'll do a stack at a time. 64, 64, do that. And I'll just throw it in one of these. I don't think we need to worry too much about sharing. They'll get the job done anyway. So now we should be able to request a stack of these. Oh, I need the singularities. How many do you have right now? 275. So we should have singularities in the system, right? Yeah. So I would like, yeah, so we'll just keep doing that. So now let's make a stack. Cool. Start that. And then you should start working eventually. Not right now though, because we should be making, yeah, ender pearls. And then I also just thought about this. Let's throw some acceleration cards in there as well. Cool. Look at all these go. It does use quite a bit of lava, but it's fine. We won't. We'll see how fine it'll be actually. Now that we have access to all this, I want to go ahead and make ourselves some crystal assemblers. Oh, come back. Crystal assembler and some circuit slicers as well. We're going to need a couple of these, and they're going to replace these because they're infinitely better. So what we'll do to make the crystal assemblers is we'll probably just make a pattern for it, to be honest with you, just for now at least. The crystal assembler, let's go ahead and pattern this out. We'll need that, so which means to need this and this and this, which means to make this is that, which we should have the intro infused ingots at this point. And we also need to teach a system how to make this stuff. We'll put that there and then go over here, put this in like so. That'll work just fine. And then from there, the sky stone, like this, quartz glass needs to be taught I think sky stone we should have, right? Sky stone. I mean, is this hooked up to anything? It is. So we'll teach system how to do that as well. Sky stone. Teach how to do that. Wait, I already messed up. We already messed up. You see this? This needs to be a stack. No, not 6 plus 4. 64. Do that, and we shove this in here. Like so. And then I think we should be good on the Skystone tank. Should be good on that. Uh, should be good on this. Now the crafting terminal, I'm not going to teach this how to make that. We're just going to make a couple. I will teach you how to make a formation and annihilation core though. I'll go through it all in each system. We have our first crystal assembler here. And I'm thinking, I'm not sure we're going to be able to make it all the way through this and get to quantum without bees, to be honest with you. But we're going to try. And that's what matters. We got 3 of 8 channels here. Go ahead and slap this here. The crystal assembler. So the crystal assembler, just if you don't know, it makes a canner, apparently. It can also make all your processors as well. Which is what we're going to do, because these things are much faster. A, they do 4 at a time, and B, they're just way faster than these. So if we need to replace, let's see, not the slicers, but so wait, we do need to replace the slicers eventually. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so we need 7 in total, which means we need 6 more. I'm not sure that's something we can do. 6, maybe we can actually. Okay, now we have all of our assemblers. Let's see if the slicer recipe takes up the presses or not. Okay, I'm pretty sure this is how you make it. Boom. 8 of these. Boom. Oh, it's a crystal assembler, not the reaction chamber. Hello. Let's, you got channels? I know someone's got channels. Not that it really matters, to be honest. We don't need channels. Right now, at least. Let's go ahead and just slap that bad boy up there. Boom, boom. Bam, boom, bam. Still not working. It's not working because we don't have a concurrent press, which means we need to make one of these and a crystal assembler. So we need some eyes of ender. Eyes of ender. I don't concurrent press. 3 of those. What's it called? What's it called? Intro crystals. And a silicon press. I made a couple extra just in case we lose them. So boom. I only want to make 1 for now. 2, 3, 4. Put that in there. Acceleration cards, please. Make another stack while we're... No, can't make another stack, can we? Not right now. So 1 acceleration cards. We got this. And then let's... You can't duplicate it, which is unfortunate. So now we should be able to make this, though. You need this one, and this. Yep. We'll eat them all. Yes, it will. We got 1 circuit slicer. But I'm still sure that, I'm pretty sure at least that 1 circuit slicer is going to be much better than all of those. So we'll try it out for now. What we'll do is we'll go ahead, put this here. Put the circuit slicer on top. Slap in some acceleration cards. Auto exports, and then we'll have to set up the recipes for slicing circuits. All right, so we reduced all of those like these inscribers down to just these 2. These are still here just for like the what do you call it, like the pulverizing of stuff. So that's why they're there. But let's go ahead and test this out. So if we want some like engineering presses, for example, processors. Let's ask for like 20 of them. And let's see how fast. Look how quickly that goes. Look how quickly it goes. We just made so many so quickly. Why are you not enabled? There we go. Yep. Enabled. Yeah, look how quickly we make these. This is insane. And look how quickly we make the circuits, the processors now too. It's infinitely faster, just these two. So now to march on towards quantum. We're going to need quantum alloy, which needs singularities, shattered singularities, and copper ingots, all of which we have. Let me make sure that the shattered singularities are still here. How does one craft these? Reaction check. Okay. I want to make sure we're doing it as fast as possible. But all this is pretty easy. We have it all already. The only thing we don't have is quantum infusion. And I have no idea how to make this because I forgot. It takes quantum, so we need a reaction chamber with water, and we can make quantum infused dust to make that. Okay, just shattered singularity. Got it. So I'll put the stuff to make, quantum infusion, but it means we're gonna need a fluid card of some kind. So I'm not sure what kind of storage things we have. We can make ourselves. We could make a disk. Does that store anything? I don't know. I don't really want to find out. Let's go make a couple 4Ks. What are we missing? Quartz glass. We can make ourselves quite a bit of that now. On whenever we need. We'll do some of this. We lost some things, but I think the 4K will be fine. Let's go make ourselves the 4K, and then what we'll do is we'll come to the workbench and partition it just for quantum infusion, so that this way this fluid disk only holds that stuff. We'll put it in there, and now we should be able to store it in our system, any excess that we have, which means now we should be able to make the quantum alloy. Huzzah. Alright, so I've finished setting up everything here, so now we can get to quantum processors. So if I ask for quantum processors, let's have it do a whole run. So we need a lot more singularities, but other than that, we have everything else, surprisingly. Not surprisingly, really. All this is really on renew. I thought I'd take more source quartz than this, but so we need more singularities, which is fine. Now we have enough. Let's go ahead, do that. So now we should have enough for a stack of these now. Oh, whoa, what was that? So 64. Let's have it craft 64 at a time, which I guess I could change recipes. I'm not really sure, but we can do it. Let's go ahead and start it and let it ride. And while we wait for that, let's get the extended IO port. IO port. Wait. Yeah. There has to be a faster version of this, right? There definitely is. There's a spatial IO port and this extended IO port, so let's go ahead and go for this one, because if it's in line with the extended A, it'll be much faster. I had to teach system how to make concurrent processors, but I mean, it's just intro crystals and the slicer, so just 4 of these. Pretty easy. I have noticed though that our bottleneck is now like making ender dust and Certus quartz dust, which means we're gonna need some way to pulverize this stuff much more quickly. But that's gonna be for another time, and it's gonna be a mechanism. Just gonna say it. All right, let's make this port, shall we? Should make ourselves a port of some kind of the extended IO variety. I'll go ahead and slap that there. Give more acceleration cards. Like this, like this, like this. Oh yeah, much faster. Look at that number go up now. This is much faster. And since we have our bottleneck of this stuff, I'm gonna go do other stuff and go AFK and eat lunch and take care of business, and I'll be back. And just like that, we have quantum processors. Good job, team. And now we have quantum processors. We can go ahead and make ourselves these type of things. The 256 is straightforward. I'll teach system how to make the storage components. We're probably gonna need some more space or something. I'm not really sure, to be honest. But there's 256. There's 64. Here's 16, here's 4, and then I think we can make. All right, so let's go through this again. 16k. All right, so yeah, that's what we do need that. I'll go ahead and shove all these in there, and then to make this thing, just Flukes, Pearls, Glowstone, Engineering. Oh, that's all easier than I thought it'd be. Okay. The Flukes Pearl. Each system, I want to make that as well. Do we have room? We have room for this. So we'll just do this. We also get some more molecular assemblers as well. So let's get the quantum. Pull that back up. We're gonna want this. Quantum data multiplies whole storage by 4, limited to 1 per multi-block. This. Maybe that. This. So 256 requires 128 mils. Which requires that, which requires this. Cool. So let's get crafting. All right, I have all the crafting recipes put in there. So anything quantum we can now craft. So let's start off. We're not going to be able to craft this at all. I just want to see how much we're missing. I don't know why I think it's so funny. But I do. So we're going to want this for sure. And we're missing 26,000 singularities. We're only missing 702 quartz. That's actually way less than I thought it was going to be. The glowstone and ender pearls are a super easy fix. And how many? Oh yeah, look, we're good. We're good. Oh, and that singular part. That singular part. Oh. So we'll take our little netherite upgrade. Increase the amount of ender pearls we can store. And what was it, glowstone? Oh yeah, glowstone's really low. So we'll just get a lot of glowstone, a lot of ender pearls. Maybe we should get some more glowstone. I don't know. And then this can store 7.1 million, huh? We'll save this for other things. I'm not really sure what else we need it for. Good. Everyone else is good. So we're definitely not going to be able to craft the quantum computer this episode, so I'm not even going to really start, because I don't think it's worth it, to be honest with you. I will go ahead and craft ourselves like 5 of these for right now. We'll use a little bit of all of our resources, and between episodes, I'm going to let like things build up. We're going to very much so increase. We have like 2 16K drives in here. We haven't even used a full 16K drive yet. So we'll get some more of those. We'll get a lot more storage. And then I think next episode we have to start on bees. It has to be done. The amount of Certus quartz required to build a quantum computer, there's just no other way to get the Certus quartz. The only other possible way to get another, boon of quartz is by sieving sand, but there's just, you need hundreds of thousands of Certus quartz, and it's just, you're not going to get it through this. You'll be waiting just as long, if not longer, if I were to just, expand this and just do this forever. So, oh, we got one already. Cool. Let's go ahead and make this the anything kind of drive, you know what I'm saying? This one, hello. And now we won't run out of storage for a long, long, long time. But, yeah. I also think now's a good place to end the episode. We got our storage more than solved. We have quantum stuff. I mean, in theory, we can craft part of it, but just like I said, the Certus quartz requirement is we can't supply it, and I'm not going to AFK for a long, long time, like days and days of AFK for that. So yeah, what we'll be doing is just next episode, we'll be getting in the bees. That's what we have to do. That's what we're going to do. But yeah, if you're still here, I appreciate it. And I'll see y'all in the next one.